And we are live. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. We're here with some familiar faces. Locario Miles, Cunningham, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's go. Yo, we are back. What's up, guys? Welcome to the Fresh Fit Podcast, man. We are back from Dubai, man, finally. So, quick announcements, guys, before we get into it. Rumble.com/freshfit, guys, where you guys get all the content, because at some point we're probably going to get canceled, because as you guys know, we talk about a lot of controversial things, and nowadays if you say anything that's truthful, especially that has to deal with women, they're going to cancel you. So check us out over there on rumble.com/freshfit. Also check us out on freshfit.locals.com. Check us out on Megaphone if you guys want to listen to the podcast audio version only. Just make sure you wear headphones, because if you listen to this pod, especially this episode that we're about to drop with these guys, is going to be very offensive, and you will probably get fired from your job. So make sure you got headphones. Especially the way Miles refers to women, which is fantastic. Calls them bitches. I love it. And then we got FreshFitPodcastStore.com. Get all the merch red, all the hoodies is there. And then check us out. Our other YouTube channel is called Fresh Fit Clips, guys. We're posting now. We're up to 8 shorts per day and 6 clips per day, man. Yep. So we're pumping out the content on there, trying to get that thing to another 1 million. So you get another golden plaque and flex on the haters like Lasan Lobby and Laba and Peach or whatever the fuck their names are nowadays. All those losers. Ape and Beast and all our other haters and Ethan Decline from the L3 podcast. Fuck all of them. And Lame Grint. And also, guys, check us out on Fresh's vlog channel.
Yes, guys, the Dubai trip was awesome, guys.
Dubai?
All the vlogs are there. Dubai. Listen, Dubai is fun. But if you want to see what happened behind the scenes, check out the vlog channel. Dubai trips are there. Also, as well, CEO Network, join that as well. Shout out to you guys.
And check me out, guys, on Fed 1811. As you guys know, I break down criminal cases. I just released the K-Flock federal indictment, broke down the indictment, why the feds actually went after him versus him getting that murder case with the state. And I just finished filming the Green River Killer, a.k.a. Gary Ridgway, the guy that has the most confirmed kills, second place after Samuel Little in the United States for serial killers. That's going to drop on Thursday. But you know what, man? I didn't like that intro that much. So for all our OG watchers out there, I got something that I want to show y'all real quick, because if you guys don't know, Locario Miles, we've been rocking with them for a very long time. So if we're going to go ahead and have you guys be introduced to these great men right here, I want to play our old intro real fast. Roll it.
In the game.
That was the old
OGs know that one right there.
That was it.
That was like a news channel intro.
That was our old show. We had our old show, In the Game podcast.
That shit looked like 321 Contact on PBS.
I pulled that from back in 2020, guys. I went digging through the Telegram chats and everything to get that one, man. So if we're gonna introduce these guys, we got to introduce them right. Locario Miles, we know who you guys are. We love y'all. Pause. But they might not know who you guys are. You guys are OGs in the game, and I want them to be introduced to the greatness. So please introduce yourselves to the audience.
All right. What's up? For those who don't know, my name is Mr. Locario. What's popping with you guys? I'm the bad boy of the dating game. Shout out to Myron and Fresh, man, because y'all motherfuckers, I'm loving where y'all going with all of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? And for those people out there, real quick, I want to say this off top. Okay, stop trying to pit me and Myron against each other, man. This is my dude right here. So fuck out of here with all that bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? And so we out here doing our thing, and we appreciate y'all having us on here, man. But shout out to everybody, who's watching. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat, and we'll make it happen. But we'll go ahead.
Yes. It's your boy Miles Cunningham, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. Once again, these young bulls are killing it, and they continue to kill it.
Facts.
And I'm just like a proud uncle, you know what I'm saying? Like, like, because it's because even Locario and myself, like we pay homage to guys that came before us, and it's like you set the stage so the next generation could go harder, bigger, stronger, like all of that. You know what I'm saying? These guys are doing that. Like they're taking the situation and they're running with it, and we appreciate them for always finding the time to get us back on the show and showing love. And you know what I'm saying? We really do appreciate it. And, you know, I don't want to let that, you know, go to the wayside at all. But what I do want to say is I am Miles Cunningham. I am the world's first and only masculine identity coach. You understand? I'm teaching men how to be men. You know what I'm saying? I'm teaching males how to be men. You understand? So it's your boy Miles Cunningham. Hit me up on Instagram at Miles in the Game. Miles in the Game. All right.
And yo, I can't forget the last time these guys were here, man. We went outside, we partied a little bit, right? We got a little bit lit,
right?
And you know, we're in the field. We all are here are in the field, and Locario Miles showed us the metal to the pedal. They went out there and they actually did cold approach non-stop. Remember that?
Yeah.
Going crazy, bro.
That's what we have to do. He was doing that actually the other day. We was here. What was it? Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Day before yesterday.
We was out here in Brickell hollering at chicks, talking to girls, just having some fun, man.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about, man. And so, you know, I appreciate y'all having us on here. And for those who don't know, see, Myron, when Myron came to me, you know what I mean? He was like, yo, man, you know, Locario, appreciate your stuff. And I was like, yo, Myron is dope. And he's like, I got this dude Fresh. I was like, who the fuck is Fresh? and then Fresh came on the show. I was like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? But I'm kidding you guys not. I appreciate what you guys are doing. And I just want to say this now, give y'all cigars now, because what y'all doing is big. So don't ever let any of these hating motherfuckers tell you anything.
That's
like
facts.
the shit that y'all doing is big. So
That's
keep
facts.
doing what y'all do. So we respect it. That's what
facts.
I'm talking about.
And my thing is, the bigger we get, I look at it, anyone that helped us get to this point, because you guys were critical in us growing.
Right.
You guys have heard me say this for years now. It's been 3 years plus. I've said we never retract the ladder when we make it. And just because we're at 1 million subscribers doesn't mean we don't want our brethren to climb with us. We want y'all to each hit 100K and get to 1 million yourselves. And I'm a big proponent on always never forgetting the guys that helped you out. I mean, hell, I got a whole section in my book dedicated to y'all where I say
shout out to the
acknowledgments.
book.
So I say, you know, why women deserve less. It's out right now in stores,
Yes,
guys.
sir. Yes, sir.
But I put in there acknowledgments, and I put all the guys out there that had an impact, and you guys were definitely there. And you know, I don't understand how kind of in the YouTube world people get big and forget about those that they were with before. So we don't run that way over here, man. So we love y'all. We're happy to have you guys here. We don't forget about the people that helped us. But other than that, guys, update us on what's going on with you guys. It's been a bit since you guys were here. Last time I think y'all were here, we kicked some bimbo off. John MLD was here. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
it was
MLD,
wild, bro.
That shit was hilarious.
We had like 20K watching it. We had some crazy ass ratchet chicks in here.
Oh hell yeah. So basically what we've been doing since then, man, we actually have a Game Kings documentary that we have. So most of y'all know about that. But we have a Game Kings 2 documentary coming out later this year, but we also have a seminar coming out in April. So for those who don't know, we have a seminar coming out. Myself, Miles is going to be speaking there. Also, Ron Will's going to be speaking Taekwondo, and our dude Kerry K. Zagan is going to be speaking at this event. So we're going to be teaching you guys about manhood and masculinity. So that's basically what it is. Just being a man, being masculine, you know, understanding who you are, not being afraid to be who you are, being confident, all those different things that can help you guys out there when it comes to dealing with women, getting chicks, and making shit happen. Because it's like, you know, I know you guys, y'all are watching the show. You see all these women, and I want y'all to be able to know how to talk to those women.
Yeah,
when, you know what I'm saying, when y'all see them out in the street, or see them in your school or wherever the hell. So if y'all guys want to learn this type of stuff, come through to the event. You know, my girl April's actually in the chat right now. She's putting up the link.
Shout out to her.
You know, shout out to April MC.
Working hard, man.
You feel what I'm saying? So the links is in the chat. So if y'all want to click on that, just click on that. Come through, see us in New York, and let's make that happen.
Let's put that in the description too, please, guys, for their event, man, so people can definitely check it out.
Definitely
appreciate it.
So obviously, you know, I've seen it because I still watch y'all, right? And people call into the show,
right?
And it's very obvious that there's a crisis with masculinity. Can you guys talk about that and tell us what's going on? Because you guys are based out of New York City,
right?
Which you know, they're even more clown world up there than down here in Florida. But can you guys talk about the crisis of masculinity and what's going on right now?
Well, man, I'll say this. You know, we all know that you know the single parent mother household. It's the majority of a lot of households.
Yeah.
And especially for certain generations, and those generations are crossing over from teenagers to adults right now. You understand what I'm saying? So this new generation, these are the guys who are literally going to make the most mistakes when it comes to relationships, literally going to make the most mistakes when it comes to learning how to be themselves, to accept themselves, to accept being able to make a decision and deal with the challenges and consequences that come with a decision and still move forward. Like we literally had a guy today on one of our lives ask, how do I come to terms with the fact that I need to earn what I want in life?
Right.
That's what he asked. How do you come to terms with the fact that I need to earn what I want?
But what is that? Being raised by a single mother. He doesn't know how to be a man, provide. That's true.
Exactly. But because what does the child see? The child sees the mother getting assistance,
food stamps,
and food stamps,
niggas money,
and niggas coming through, smashing their mom and leaving money on the dresser and this, that, and the third, like, if that, you know what I'm saying? But at this, because I remember I used to own property, and I had a lady paying. She was on Section 8. This woman paid $9 in rent.
Damn,
$9 for a 3-bedroom house.
Shraggy?
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
So paid 99% of her.
The government was paying like $800 and some odd dollars for the rent.
Yeah.
You see, and I still got attitude from this bitch.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Bro, I know it. I got a bunch of Section 8 tenants, bro. One dude, he's months late. He's only paying like $200-$300 a month. I'm like, bro, how are you late? Like, what the hell's going on here? I wish I could pay that much for rent. The government taking care of everything, and I still come with excuses. Can't pay it, man. It's actually the worst.
Exactly. So with that being said, it's getting worse. And I'll say one more thing towards that too, because I actually got this information from a client, and I know it's happening in other places, but so children are raising children.
Yeah.
And you have a certain generation of women who, because there's a lot missing from their social intelligence, they don't know how to communicate with their children what they're really going through. So what happens is you get a lot of attitudes, you get a lot of outbursts, you get a lot of kids getting their ass. You remember when you was young and you got your ass beat?
Of course.
But you knew exactly why your mom or your dad was beating your ass.
Right.
Nowadays, these mothers, they don't have the social intelligence to even let their kids know why this is happening.
Right.
So what's happening? So what is happening is that children are being left to ponder as to, why is my mom acting like this? Why did my dad leave? Why is my life like this? And there's so much in their heads now. And I know you guys deal with callers and guys all the time. Don't you notice that there's more overthinking with these dudes?
It's kind of like something so simple that you should know as back in the day. It's no longer, it's like so complicated now, because once again, the father isn't there to say, hey son, here's what's happening. And then the mother, if she's emotional, oh, you know what? He didn't take out the garbage. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. But you know what? I'm on my period. I'm just going to hit you. It's
exactly.
Like, you don't know what it is.
Exactly.
Right.
So with no explanation, and for the fact that I'm scared to even talk to my parent, I'm in my head about everything.
Right.
So even a simple idea becomes something that I'm going to overthink. So I see that girl over there and she's attractive, but then there's doubt. There's a lack of confidence. And on top of that, I'm overthinking. Well, what if I say this and then she says that? And then what if I do this and then she screams me too? And what if, and this, and it's like that back and forth causes them to be paralyzed. Not only
paralysis by analysis.
Exactly. Paralysis by analysis, not only in relationships, but just literally in their own being.
So it's like start at the house, not even when they went outside.
Exactly.
Start with the girl.
Exactly. Right. So how can I a man, any man, we got to move forward. We got to make a choice and go. If I'm stuck here, I can't even make the choice to be a man because I'm stuck thinking about everything. You see what I'm saying?
And another thing too about, manhood and masculinity, people don't understand this, is really, you got to be fully 100% not scared to be yourself
in a game.
Because check this out. See, I'm looking at the comments. Always check the comments. Shout out to people in the comments. People are like, yo, Locario's a cuck. Right? I'm not a cuck. If I was a cuck, I'd tell you I was a cuck. I'd be like, everybody listen, I'm a cuck. That's what I do. If I was, I would tell you that. But I'm not. So you got to stand on what you are. So let me explain it. So a cuck is a guy who either finds enjoyment by being submissive to his woman while she's fucking another guy in front of her. In front of him or whatever.
Yeah.
Or the other definition of cuck, the original, is that your wife is unfaithful to you and she's having sex with another man, she gets pregnant, you taking care of the kid, and you don't really know that that's not your kid. That's what a cuck is.
Yeah.
But I'm in a non-monogamous open relationship. And the reason why I even said that in the first place when I got on YouTube was not because I want people to do what I do, because you do what you want to do. I'm just saying that because I'm showing you I'm not afraid to be myself.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's the thing. And the thing is, nobody has to agree with it. Nobody has to do what I'm doing, but what I'm saying is you can't be afraid to be yourself, because the reason why a lot of times guys have anxiety, guys are depressed, guys are feeling the way they're feeling is because they're afraid to be themselves. Right. You understand? Because shout out to Andrew Tate, because I know y'all know him personally. I just seen him on YouTube and everything. Yeah. And he's going through a bunch of shit right now. Now, even though I might not necessarily agree with everything he says, but what I do respect about Andrew Tate is Andrew Tate stands on what the hell he's talking about. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so that's what a man is about. Stand on what you say. Mm-hmm. And that's what I respect about y'all, because you say, okay, this is how I feel. This is what it's about. This is what I'm into. This is what I'm not into. This is how I see things. And then you just do this. And this is how I feel. Because I see y'all get a lot of hate. Like, y'all get a lot of hate. Y'all too get a lot of fucking hate. But the thing is that y'all don't fold, and y'all not sitting there talking about, oh, don't say that about me. Like, you just keep it pushing, and you keep doing what you do. Yep. And that's what manhood is about. You keep doing what you do, regardless of what anybody's saying. Sheesh. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. And a lot of times, the reason why a lot of guys are weak is because they're worried about what everyone is saying about them, because they're looking for validation from everybody else. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And that's actually feminine. Like, when you're looking for validation, you're looking for people to tell you that what you're doing is okay, what you're saying is okay, what you're thinking is okay, so that you can feel like you're okay, but you are already okay. But the problem is that you've been indoctrinated and conditioned to think you're not okay. And that's coming from you not believing in yourself and you being scared to be yourself. Right. You see what I'm saying? So that's a big thing with masculinity and manhood, is that you cannot be afraid to be yourself. And you got to be yourself at the cost of losing everybody and everything. Meaning that if you're scared to tell a girl what you want because you're scared that she's going to walk away, then you're not in your masculinity. You're too scared to be yourself and tell her what it is. And that's important. You got to be yourself and tell her what it is, because that's how you have the best relationships. That's how you have the best women that's going to really respect you and get shit going the way you want it to go. But a lot of guys are scared to do that because they fear her leaving. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that you have to be able to stand on your own, even if she's going to leave. You got to say, hey, listen, this is who I am, because I'm not going to compromise my manhood for any woman, period. Right. You see what I'm saying? Yep.
Yeah, well, taking a shortcut and being scared of how she reacts is going to lead to long-term pain in the future. Right. Because if you purport yourself to be someone that you're really not, and you get the girl under that false pretense, well, you can only keep up the charade for so long.
Exactly.
You know, at some point you're going to turn into Future, and that mask is going to come off. Right. And then she's going to see the real you, and then she's going to lose attraction, which is where a lot of guys kind of mess up, where they'll put out a facade, or they'll try to purport themselves to be something that they're not, or they'll cap, and then they'll get the girl. And then the girl will start to see how bitch made you really are, and then she'll start to lose attraction for you. Exactly. And I think a lot of guys aren't honest. That's why I'm so big on guys telling them, yo, you got two routes. You could sell the dream, or you could be honest. Now, when you're honest, let's be honest here, right? You're going to lose a lot of girls. Hey, I want to have multiple women. Oh, what are you talking about?
Exactly.
But the girls you do get, you're going to be able to retain them, and they're going to respect you way more. Right? There's two different routes to do it, which, you can go the manipulation game as well. I understand that some guys want to fight fire with fire, but you're going to have an easier existence with the girl when you tell her straight up what's going on. And that's why I'm so big on telling guys self-improvement, right? Because when you got your shit together, you're not going to care what other people think. Right. And I think being true to yourself is so important, and it's something that's understated in the game. So, well, speaking about being true to yourself, Miles, you said something, I think I saw it on Instagram or YouTube. It was really interesting. You said how you get to a location with your girl, she's in the car, and she stepped out the car. And then you said, no, get back in the car.
Yes. Right.
And then you got out the car, and then you walked around and you opened the door for her and let her out.
Yeah.
And you made her do that, and you made it very deliberate. Can you tell the audience why you did that? Because to someone that isn't aware, they'd be like, oh my God, that's controlling and misogynistic. Right. But I knew exactly why you did it. Can you explain to the people why that is so critical?
Well, look, there's leadership, there's consistency, and there's also making sure she knows how fucking serious I am.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Because the average guy would have just been like, well, she's already out the car, so what's the point?
Right.
No, I needed to show her, like, yo, I'm dead serious. I know you already got out the car, but I need you to get back in the car, close the door. You understand? And then I'll do what I do. Because what we have to understand as men is that we provide the structure, we provide the safety, we provide the security for our women.
Right.
And that I mean, I really don't care what who wants to disagree and, oh, you don't need to do that now because we got cameras everywhere and you ain't got to worry about it. I act like we still in caveman days. I act like we still in the wilderness. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I walk in the park every morning. I love the woods. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I look at it like it's about safety. It's about her understanding that she's my responsibility and not the other way around. Like when she's with me, she's not her own responsibility.
Right.
Yeah.
I am the one that's responsible for her. So she understands the leadership. She understands that I'm serious, and she understands that I'm consistent. She understands that if I never go around to open up that fucking door, she can't get out the car. It's that serious with me. You see what I'm saying?
Now, Miles, nowadays, right, you know, the current generation of women are hard-headed to say the least. What if the lady that was in that car say, you know what? Nigga, I'm already outside, nigga. What you gonna do?
Oh, the date is over, and I'm getting back in the car and driving home, or driving back to another spot to holler at another
Mom's gonna be like,
that's how you gotta do it.
yo, I've told multiple stories. I've told multiple stories of me ending dates early, bro.
Right.
Like it really doesn't matter to me, bro. I ended a date the other day. I caught a chick off for Seeking.
yeah.
And she sat down and she was like, so what are you looking for? Are you looking for what'd you say, P2P?
Oh, PPM, pay per meet. Some bullshit like that.
PPM.
Yeah.
And look, I don't really know about this shit because I didn't know they were dead serious. I didn't know they were. But she said per meeting, right?
Yeah.
And I said per meeting. So I said, so what does the first P stand for?
Yeah.
She said, I don't know.
Right.
Right. And she was giving me this vibe. You know how bitches like you on the date and they like this.
Yeah.
Like they don't like they want to increase the space between you.
Right.
Yeah.
They don't want to be near you and shit.
So when she said the PPM shit, I and at this point it was already too late. I already ordered drinks.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, so listen, I'm gonna go pay the check. I said, do you need me to walk you to your car? She was like, no, I'm good. I said, all right, you have a good night.
Right.
Peace. Just like that. Like bro, look, the thing with me is that if I'm afraid to lose anything, that means I never had it in the first place.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I got you here tonight. I could get another woman here tonight too.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing with guys believing in themselves. It's like, brother, you made it this far.
Right.
And you were okay before you got with that woman. You were okay before she got to the date and gave you that hug.
Right.
You were just fine, bro. You were breathing. You were healthy. You was the same cool dude that was able to attract her to come with you, right?
Yeah.
So understand that you can attract another one to come with you.
Miles Locario, there's an age-old question that many guys in Manosphere have answered this question or answered it themselves to the public. So once again, I want to ask you guys here on the platform.
Right.
What is more important? Looks, money, or status?
Oh shit!
Before we answer this,
classic question.
real quick, because that's a classic question. Just for the audience out there, and the reason why I brought up that car thing that Miles does, where he told her to get back in the car, etc. Some of you guys might be like, "Yo, what's going on? Like that's OD, like right?" But what you guys got to understand is with that simple action, what he did was he demonstrated three things. He demonstrated dominance, right? Because he was telling her, "Hey, get back in the car."
Right.
He demonstrated leadership. This is what I'm going to do. And then number three, he demonstrated protection. Guys, these three things, at the cost of her feeling a little bit like, whoa, this is weird, it overrides, right, that little weirdness thing that she might feel because he's displaying all three of these traits that women are hardwired to look for in a man in one action. Okay, so we got to boil down why he did it. You might get on the surface level, it looks crazy, but the reality is he's hitting multiple attraction triggers in one shot by telling her, get back in the car, asserting dominance, which women love, leadership, hey, this is you listen to me when I tell you this. And then three, finally, I'm doing this out of your protection. Right.
And I guarantee you, no other man that she met has done that.
Yeah,
Right,
because most guys are too scared to lose the situation.
Yeah.
But when you're able to do things and not give a shit what she thinks, you become way more attractive because most girls are used to guys stepping on eggshells to speak to them or convey something. But sorry, I just wanted to get the audience that little learning point why which is important.
Yeah, I like that.
But okay, yeah, looks, money, or status, right? Go ahead.
Looks, money, status. Go.
I say this. Well, the thing is this. You know, shout out to there's a dating coach called Todd Valentine. You probably know him, Todd V. He did a video. He was actually breaking down this, and he was even talking about status. Where when you talk about status, a lot of people think like, you know, just like being famous, being like a, you know, like a big person that people know and everything like that, right? But essentially, status, what he was saying, you can break it down is your relative perception of who people think you are to another person, right? So meaning that if you walk into a room and there's women in there and there's other guys in there, if you're the coolest guy in there, you have higher status. Maybe because you know how to talk to women, you look a certain way, whatever it is, right? But when it comes to looks, money, and status, right? What it is that when it comes to the main thing, if we're talking about status, when it comes to game, right? Your game, and for those who don't know, game is just basically a simple way to put it is your strategy to get what you want. Your strategy to go from A to Z to make something happen. So when we break down looks, money, and status, looks within itself, it's only really, really good if your looks make a woman sexually attracted to you. If your looks don't create sexual attraction, it doesn't matter. So what that means is a woman could say, hey, Fresh is a good-looking guy, and she may just think you look nice, but she doesn't want to have sex with you. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
But if she looks at you and she says, damn, Fresh looks good, I want to give him some pussy, then it matters. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, money within itself is a good attraction for resources, meaning for long-term relationships. If a woman actually wants to like have you as a boyfriend and stuff like that, that's when it's really, really going to be important with your money. You feel what I'm saying?
Family.
Right, exactly. But overall, with the status thing is, unless guys are famous like you two, you feel what I'm saying? Then it only matters relative to them to another guy. So this is why when we talk about game, what makes you attractive to more women is the fact that you stand out from other guys. And so the thing is that that's where the status comes in, meaning that you're at a higher status than other men. So she'll choose you more likely than other guys. But in order for you to stand out, you have to have game. There has to be something about you that make that uniqueness about you that it comes out. So this is why I was talking about where you can't be afraid to be yourself, because when you're afraid to be yourself, you're actually less attractive. Like when you're not being yourself, you're less attractive. When you are being yourself, you're more attractive because then you stand out because now you're different than everybody else. When you're trying to fit in, you're the same. So your status is low. When you're actually being yourself, your status is higher. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
That'd be
Interesting point.
It's funny because a lot of guys, especially here in Miami, right, have money. They have a little money, you know, nice cars, good lifestyle, but they don't have game, bro.
Right.
What happens is they'll flaunt the money, they'll pull up with tables and pull up cars and it's like, what am I getting girls, bro? Where you get all the girls? It's like, bro, for one, you have money, but you don't have any game. And that means, for example, let's say we're in the same section, right? They say you, they say me. All right, you just standing, throw money in the air, looking cool. That's it. Once again, what is game? Having a plan of action to move forward with a plan.
Right.
So I can go and talk to the girl, spit some game, show some, you know, type of like frame. And at that point, yo, he's actually cool, not like a rich asshole. And off rip, she's into you. So it's like having the game with the money makes sense.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly. And the thing is this too, is that, you know, if you're the type of guy who is coasting off your looks, that can help you to a certain point. But then when you're in situations, because there's going to be more guys who look good too. There's going to be a bunch of other guys who look just as good as you or better. Now, if you have money, right, that's cool. But there's guys who have just as much money as you or more. You know what I'm saying? And then so the thing is that what makes you different from all of them is who you are. So this is why we tell guys, figure out who you are, and everything else is icing on the cake. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times what happens is if you put your looks, money, and quote unquote status in front of who you are, then what happens is who you are is hiding behind looks, money, and status. So then what happens is when a girl gets with you, it's easier for her to leave you because she says, well, he's good looking, but that other guy's better looking. He has money, but that other guy has more money. But guess what? Another guy can't be more than. They can't be more than you. They can't be a better you than you. No one can be a better you than you. So this is why we try to get guys to understand that you have to look at yourself and say, what the hell makes me unique? What the hell makes me stand out? Because check this out. The Fresh and Fit podcast, the reason why it's successful is because you too were being yourselves, and you went into your own mind and said, what can we do to make our shit the shit? And this is everything you guys are seeing on this podcast, everything that you guys watch is coming from Fresh and Myron's mind, because that's uniquely them. This is how game works.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And that's why you guys have the #1 podcast, because you got tight game when it comes to this type of situation, and that's how it works.
Well said, brother.
You have something else?
No.
I was gonna say, just to add on, because I want to prioritize. I want the people to get the game from y'all, so I'll just add in here. I think the cardinal mistake that guys make on this side of the internet a lot of the times is they harp way too much on one attribute. And what I mean by that is they look too much at like, oh, my looks are everything, or I really got to chase the money, or I got to get my clout up, or whatever. And what I tell guys is you need to have all of them, because if you have one, right, in excess, and deficient in the others, you're going to pay for it in some way.
Exactly.
Right. For example, let's say you only have money, but you don't have necessarily frame or game or whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
What happens is girls come into your life, right? And they use you. They extract, because what you guys don't understand is that women are natural vampires. They come in and extract and take what they can. And if you don't have the diligence and the game to understand how women operate, you're going to allow that to happen.
Right.
But if you do understand women and you have the money, then you can use the money as, how do I say, like maybe an attractive bait.
Right.
But you're not necessarily giving it to them like a simp.
Right.
They just know that you have the ability to provide it.
Exactly.
You're basically thirst trapping them back in reverse like they do to men with their asses or their bodies.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But a lot of guys don't understand this, and they go ahead and they just start tricking off on girls and sipping on girls that quite frankly never deserved it.
Yeah.
And that's when you get the bad treatment. Or you could be a very good looking guy, but you don't have your game in order or your money on point. Well, you might attract a girl and get a one night stand here or there at the club on a drunken night,
Right.
but more than likely that girl won't like you long term and or respect you. Right. So that's why we tell guys you need to have everything on point. And the other thing too, like you said, how no one can be you. Well, when you have all these things on point, people can't be like you.
Right. Exactly.
Because most guys can't do it.
Exactly.
That's
So-
a fact.
And I'll add to that, right? Because in order for you to be on point with everything, there has to be a balance. So, like how you have a bunch of different classes in college or in high school or whatever, and you have to balance your studies, right? So if you're a man, you have to balance your fitness, you got to balance your finance, you got to balance your romance, dating, you got to balance your wardrobe, you got to balance your style, grooming, health, self-care, everything. Now, how you balance all those things help you to say more about your identity.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the woman stay if she's going to stay.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? Because when
I
you
agree.
look at one thing, and that's the problem with so many guys, it's like they just want to beeline to the pussy.
Right.
So it's like, oh, bitches in Miami like money? Fuck it. I'm gonna get my money up and floss and flash and yeah, let's fuck, let's do this, let's do the yeah. And then they rack up bodies and stuff. But then they call my show and I ask them, all right, so you got 100 bodies, but where are they now?
Right.
Right?
Gone. Chicks.
Nobody loves you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nobody loves you because there was nothing to love, because you never took the time to work on all the different aspects of your manhood and your identity to create that balance.
Right.
Look, all right. For example, and I'm gonna just show you how it works. Right.
Yeah.
So you got Myron at the table. Now, Myron, we all. I would say we're all like quality men here at this table, right? But Myron puts a little bit more emphasis on his fitness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we got Locario. Locario puts a little bit more emphasis on his game and his individuality.
Yeah.
Me, I put a little bit more emphasis on identity and, I love to cook and certain other things that I do.
Okay.
Like I'm a foodie and shit like that. Fresh, he puts it, we all, like I said, we all balance it, but he puts more emphasis on like the cars and
The networking.
Lifestyle.
the flashy lifestyle,
networking.
the networking and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
we're all quality men, but because of our identity, who we are at the core of us, we're able to put a little bit more emphasis, even though we all got decent finances, we all have decent ideas, we all have decent identities, but and that's what makes us different.
Yeah.
And that's what's gonna, if the woman is standing right there, she has to choose.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Because we could all have the same amount of money. We could all have the same amount of clout. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're all on the same show right now, right?
Yeah.
So the clout is basically the same at this moment.
Yeah.
So she's gonna have to look at each of us and say, they're just about the same with looks, money, and status, but I don't know. I like that little chubby one over there. I like the bald one because I just love thick niggas. Like I like guys like him.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I've heard that before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, we can debate on, most women's gonna pick the fit guy, most women's gonna pick this. But when the cameras are off and you really gotta like talk to a woman and her preferences, you'd be surprised what she actually picks.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yo, you know what's funny? So I'm gonna say something here, right? Tell me if you can understand what I'm saying. So a lot of guys that have muscle that are in the gym,
Right.
they go still cheat. A lot of guys with money,
Right.
that have flaunt their money, cars and lifestyle, they go still cheat.
Right.
A lot of guys that have game, nothing else, they go still cheat.
Right.
But you know who doesn't get cheated on? You. So if you're actually you leave that imprint because you're that person.
Because you're right.
You can't trade that from you to you. It's who you are as a person. So what you're saying, it makes 100% sense.
Right, exactly.
Makes sense.
And the thing that people got to understand is this is what I tell guys. Like there's an attraction hierarchy. I talk about this, right? So what that means is this: at the top of the hierarchy is the top guys, right? These are the guys who are the most attractive guys in society, right? Then you have all women are under these guys, right? Then under all women is average guys. Then under average guys is below average guys. So it's the top guys, all women, average dudes, and then below average dudes. Now I can break that down real quick. The top guy, the reason why he's the top guy is because this is the guy that all women want for sex and relationships. So what happens is that when you're like a catch, you know, when women say, oh, he's a catch is a guy who she's sexually attracted to and she wants him as a long-term relationship. Sometimes guys have as one or the other. Right? She's
fantastic
like,
point.
Right. She wants to fuck him, but she's like, he's not boyfriend material. Or she wants you as boyfriend material, but she don't really like to fuck you. That's why you have a lot of people in marriages where the husband's like, I haven't had sex in months. Because she don't like you. She's not attracted to you, right? So what happens is the reason why women are below the top guy is because most women can get most guys to fuck them, but they can't get most guys to wife them. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they're below the top guys. And all women usually want the top guy. Now what happens is average guys are below all women because average guys have to work really hard to get sex or relationship. You see what I'm saying? And then the below average guys all the way down here have to work hard, super hard, and they hardly get anything. These are the incels. These are the guys who have really hard time just even getting anything popping.
Right, having confidence.
I think. Sorry.
You're good.
Okay.
Sorry, Twitch.
I think a delicate. Yeah, guys, come on over to YouTube because this is too much heat for fucking Twitch and everywhere else. Come on over to YouTube right now. Fresh and Fit on YouTube, guys. We're gonna kill the Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook streams right now. And I think like this, the thing guys got to understand when you're watching content like this, whether you're watching Fresh and Fit, Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham, what you guys got to know is that it's a delicate balance of achieving both spheres. And what I mean by this is you need to be able to display some semblance of a long-term provider / boyfriend material while simultaneously still exhibiting bad boy tendencies that make you a sexual option. A guy that can figure this out on both ends is the guy that gets all the girls. Okay?
That's a fact.
Because you're able, that's why I said before, money is a bait to a degree where it shows you have the ability to provide long-term security. Keyword is you have the ability. A lot of y'all display that ability and start tricking off. And what ends up happening is the girl loses respect for you because bad boys don't spend money on girls that don't deserve it. Okay? Human beings only respect and treasure what is earned. And women are by far the definition of this because they get everything in life for free. That's why I literally came out with a book, Why Women Deserve Less. Guys, real talk. The reason why I had to say this is because you can't afford to simp because the rest of society simps on women anyway. So you have to come in and be a stark contrast to her reality and remind that bitch that she's not that special. Again, future, bitch, don't get too comfortable. I've been saying this since 2020. You guys really got to live that song, bro, because girls nowadays get everything given to them. And I would argue that what you said as far as like the attraction hierarchies, etc., you have to be even more 10 toes down on being the best version of yourself on both ends, being able to have that ability to provide without necessarily providing it unless you want to. And that's the whole reason we're teaching you guys this stuff in the first place. We're not teaching y'all this so you can get the girls. We're teaching you guys this so you can choose to get the girls under your fucking terms. One more time. We teach you this not to get the girls, but so that you can get the girls under your terms on how the fuck you want to move.
Your choice.
So if you want a girlfriend, you have the skill set to get a girlfriend. If you want to just have casual sex, you have the skill set to get the casual sex. But the last thing we want on this podcast is to teach you guys how to go ahead and do something and then be stuck doing that thing because you don't have a skill set to do what you actually want to do. A lot of y'all might be able to attract a girl, but you can't retain her. A lot of you guys might have the ability to get a girl with your Lamborghini, but you can't get her to take you seriously or follow your lead. A lot of y'all can't tell a girl, get back in the car, I'm going to open the door for you. Right? We want you guys to have that skill set to do whatever the fuck you want to do when you want to do it, and the girl's going to obey. But the problem a lot of time is you guys don't have the skill set, so you deal with what you're given versus taking what you want.
Exactly.
Like, I want to get married.
Damn it. I want y'all to be able to have the skill set to say no.
Exactly.
You're not qualified to get married yet.
I don't want to lose her.
And that's what that balance is about. It's you know, it's kind of like the whole the whole idea of the Renaissance man. You understand? It's like if you only know how to floss money to get bitches, you're like a caveman. You see what I'm saying? Like you need to be able to express yourself with literature and hard work and anything else. You need to be able to have a conversation any room you walk into.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And that's what that balance is about. Because like you said, on one end, you want to be a provider long term. And then the other end, you want to be a bad boy that could sling dick. But you got to have that good mixture.
You got to be able to do both.
Exactly.
And I want to say this too when it comes to the cars and the money and the status, etc. And Fresh, you can talk about this a little bit more, but I'll open it up to you here in a second. Having a Lamborghini, having a very nice car, having a certain lifestyle that girls might look at, what that'll do, guys, is that'll open doors for you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the door is going to be guaranteed to open. So let's say 2 scenarios, right? You got in a dream world, right? You got an attractive guy pulls up in a Kia Sophia and says, "What's up?" to a girl. Okay. She might give him no time of day or maybe 10 seconds time of day. Same guy pulls up in a Lamborghini. She might give him 45 seconds or 60 seconds time of day, right? But what happens is if you still don't have the game to keep the door open, you're going to take the L regardless.
Right.
All the luxury, the lifestyle, the status, what it does is it provides you the opportunity to convey your personality for a longer period of time, which will increase the likelihood of you being able to build attraction. That's all it is.
I'll give you that.
It's just a wedge to keep the door open longer. But if you're a loser, right? It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So that's what happens, guys, is that it just gives you a little bit more time, a little bit more leverage to convey yourself. That's what this stuff does.
Real shit.
Well said, man. Just after your point, it's funny because like guys are like, okay, you know what? Fresh, I'm gonna buy a Lamborghini. I'm gonna get calls. I'm like, bro, you do know that like you gotta talk to her after you get in the car, right? You have to actually have game.
Right. You gotta
take her to your spot, put her on a date. And I'm like, bro, like cars don't only get girls. What happens is it was up in their head. You know what? Damn, he has a good lifestyle. He has a nice car. All right, I'm gonna give him a shot. That shot's what you said, 40 seconds max.
Yeah.
At that point, it's like, all right, he's kind of weird. He might have money, but I'm just gonna use it for his money. Or even worse, it's like this nigga's a dub. He's a geek. I'm out of here. So the car does open up windows. But once again, if you don't close to yourself, then you're screwed.
Exactly.
So
because you got to understand all those things are bait. So your looks are bait, your money is bait, the car is bait. You understand? Which is cool. You can use all these things for bait because remember, game is strategy. So however you want to use your strategy, that's how you do your strategy. The thing is though, don't let your bait be all that you have.
Exactly.
Because if you do that, then you're gonna lose.
Exactly.
And that's what most guys do. So they'll be like, well, I'm good looking or I'm getting in the gym, and that's fine, and that's good. And you should look your best, you should do what you gotta do. But remember, that's bait. So you have to have something behind that. You understand?
And also just at that point as well, bro, you don't buy a car for girls, bro.
Right.
You buy a car because you want a car.
Exactly.
Dude, I want a Lambo so bad, bro. 5 years ago, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do my dream board in my room. It was a Lamborghini, it was a Rolls Royce, and then property, right? I got all those things. However, I didn't buy a car saying, oh yeah, Lambo, ultimate girls now. No, it's like, this is what I actually want.
This is what I wanted, yes.
Secondly, when you look at the car, what happens? Most older guys are like, nice car, bro.
Right.
Girls like, is that a Ferrari? They don't know what it is.
They don't even know what it is.
Yeah. So I think the other thing too that you mentioned about the bait is that what guys got to understand is that girls are kind of like fish in that some fish prefer this type of bait and some fish don't respond to other pieces of bait. So there's some girls out there, guys, unfortunately, that are just straight gold diggers. They don't give a fuck about nothing else except you having money, right? You're not going to have access to them unless you have some semblance of financial security, right? So that gives you an opportunity with them. Then there's some girls that don't care about money to that degree and want a guy that's extremely handsome, right? You're not going to get that girl unless you meet her looks threshold first. Then there's some other girls that straight up only want status. So maybe she's an actress or a musician and she realizes that she needs someone to be on a certain level to help her career. So women a lot of the times and look for in a man what aligns with their best self-interest at that point in their life. Okay. This is why girls that are 21, 20 tend to prefer a certain lifestyle and you looking a certain way over maybe necessarily your other aptitudes in life, right? And then as you get older or as she gets older, she looks more for your ability to provision as a guy. So the girl, right, what she's into typically is directly aligned with what she wants at that point in her life. And what we're telling y'all is to have all these things in check so that you're attractive to a wider demographic of girls.
And that's when you have the tightest game, is that when you understand you're going to hit on all cylinders. You see what I mean? Because then you have more to work with. You see what I'm saying? And so that's why even for a lot of times, what a lot of guys don't know is that even for example, like online dating and stuff like that, one of the drawbacks of online dating is you only have so much to work with. You got your pictures and your bio.
Looks,
You know what I'm saying, right? So you got to have a either really be good looking, have a good looking profile, or something in your bio, all those things that'll match up. But when you're actually in person talking to a woman, you have so many other things going in the situation to be able to attract her.
Yeah.
So the more that you can touch on, the more attractive you can be. But again, this is what I was saying, where it goes back to being yourself and understanding yourself, is that the deeper that it gets when you are displaying who you are, then that's more layers to you. That's more you have to work with.
Mystery.
Right, exactly. That's more you have to work with, right? And so the problem is guys are shortcutting themselves thinking, well, I'm just going to work on my arms and get jacked.
Right.
Because then that's cool. You'll find a certain type of women that are attracted to you physically because of that or whatever, but you're missing out on a whole other thing because you're not working on all these other things to make yourself be that guy. You feel what I'm saying?
And I'll say this too. A lot of dudes are scared and lazy. You understand? Because it takes all of it takes work.
Right.
All of it takes a lot of work. And it's like I say that a lot of dudes have they'll say, look, I'll just work on the money. Because if I just choose to work on one thing and I fail, at least I'll only fail at one thing.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so they have that low confidence, negative mindset, scarcity mentality, where it's like, I don't want to work on looks, money, and status. Let me just work on money. Let me just work on status. Let me just work on my looks, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it's easier. You understand? It's easier and it's more appealing to the lazy. It's more appealing to the guy that's just scared to be himself.
Right.
The guy that's scared because look, a lot of people are afraid to explore certain parts of themselves. You understand? They're afraid to look at themselves and say, wait, but I like origami.
Right.
But origami is not popular these days because everybody's on social media. Well, do origami and fucking put it on social media.
Right.
Don't hide your origami. You see what I'm saying? Like, but the thing is, like, well, I don't want to put myself out there and then take criticism or fail or not do as good as I thought I would. And it's like, nah, man, when it's you, that's when you should double down and bet on yourself even more.
Right.
No matter how weird it is, no matter how crazy it is, like, you don't know who is watching and who is also waiting in the wings to express themselves and would be inspired if you just took the turn to do it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think the other thing too is being, because you say be yourself as well. And I want the guys to understand that being your ultimate self, guys, means embracing your masculinity. And by embracing your masculinity, that means not being a fucking bitch.
Right.
Okay. So that means you're going to have to probably work on yourself, be yourself, but understand that comes with getting rid of bitch tendencies that you might have learned or bad habits from the pussy society we're in. So for example, most human beings are scared of pain and they run away from pain and run towards pleasure.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
And you need to learn how to get rid of that and accept the fact that it is going to suck. You're going to have to go through pain and you're going to have to go through adversity as a man. The only people that experience the privilege of not going through pain to become something are women, quite frankly.
Right.
Men must endure some type of trauma to become better on the other side of that trauma. And if you're soft, if you're bitch made, that's something you need to get rid of and embrace your masculinity. And yeah, you're going to have to go through some pain to do that.
Right.
Be yourself, but not at the point where you're being soft. You need to get rid of that part of yourself.
Right.
Even recently, right? Like, I'm in the gym just to add to this pinpoint, and it's like my trainer's like, yo, bro, like all your life you've been soft, bro. You've not been working in the gym at all.
Right.
You need the pain to actually improve yourself. And it's like, bro, like without the pain, there's no gain. So I have to literally say, you know what? Damn, stop being a wuss. Take the pain, bro. It's what it is. But to move forward, you need that.
Yeah.
Real shit.
So real quick,
Some
because you
chapter?
won't be able to become your real self until you experience the pain to come out on the other side.
That's a
Then you'll
fact.
become the person.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So some of you guys might be sitting in here like, well, are Miles and Locario giving me a pass to be soft? That's my real self. I'm soft and sensitive. No, motherfucker. You need to go through that pain because I promise you when you do, then you won't become soft and sensitive on the other side. We're telling you to become yourself. However, you got to go through the pain to know your real self in the first place. All right, real quick. We got Eli here. And I got a question for Miles and Locario after this one. Shout out FNF. Y'all killed the interviews in Dubai. By the way, I got a chick that's trying to come on the show tonight, but can't find Chris IG. Who does she contact? Chris, you're up now, right?
Yes.
ARC Poxon, hit him up on Instagram, guys.
He's back up now, guys.
He's back up now. Long Ho, $2. Why the hell y'all always late? Hey
Because your
man,
mom,
you see
that's
4
why.
niggas on the table. Right? That's why.
Color people down is fucked up.
Because your mom, that's why.
Venom goes, El Fresh always having passport issues, and El Meyer for the little pink shorts. Welcome back, though. I appreciate it. Morgan Jones goes,
on the yacht.
glad y'all are back. Love, blessings, F&F. Thank you.
Thanks.
Fresh man goes, free the Tates. We need to keep fighting the good fight. Absolutely, man.
Yep.
We all know they're innocent.
Shout out
Eric,
Tates.
$20. Hope everything in Dubai went as planned. I just watched the new Fed episode at work today. Great work. I appreciate it, man. I went in detail as to that federal indictment. Then we got Black Wolf Inc. What's good, fellas? Today is my 32nd birthday, and I'm making a vow to become better than I am now. To Locario, I'm going to meet up in New York in April. I need the help because I suck at dating. Yes, go hit them up, guys. They'll get your mindset right. Frank Sonaro goes, the Foxtrot Sierra podcast. Go check him out, guys. He covers World War II and World War I. Welcome home, boys. Hey, Myron, Reddit question. When are you going to do the Italian mob, especially Operation Underworld, where the USN made a deal with men like Lucky Luciano during World War II? Keep leading by example, gentlemen. I will be doing the Mafia very soon. I broke it down yesterday. It's going to be a multiple-part series because you guys know there was 5 crime families, so that's going to take some time. But I will 100% do the La Cosa Nostra. Don't worry, on Fed. Shout out to Miles and Locario. Happy to see you back on FNF. Last show was epic. The truth is inside of you. Yes, it is. Z goes, been waiting all week to get on this burnt potato skin dude, Chris. Okay, appreciate that. Just Sean Harris, haven't donated in a while. What up, FNF?
Sean,
My Negroes, Miles and Locario. What's good?
Jay Sean, videographer extraordinaire.
Okay, Cartel. Oh, I knew this question was going to come.
Oh yeah,
Question for Locario. Can you talk
ready.
about
Let's
your
make it
relationship
happen.
with your wife and girlfriend? Is it closed on their end?
Okay, so me and my wife and my girlfriend's actually in the chat, April MC, you feel what I'm saying? Shout out to her. So yeah, it's open on both ends. So basically what happens is that the reason why a lot of guys don't understand this is because they think about non-monogamy in the same sense as monogamy. And you have to understand it's 2 different games. So it's almost like, I say it like this. If you were watching, basketball, you wouldn't say, how come they're not making touchdowns? You see, because it's a different game.
Yeah.
So what happens, you have to understand is 2 separate games. So the thing is that when I first met my wife, right, and we were doing what we do, I said to myself, I don't like to cheat because my ex-girlfriend, I cheated on her like 18 times. It was terrible. I was like, it was ridiculous. So I said, look, I don't like cheating. So I want to be honest and I want to see other women, but I want you here in my situation because I see you as the type of chick that could be my woman, right?
Right.
So what I said is that I don't like to, and this is just me because I know a lot of people can't do this. So I'm just giving you my perspective so you guys understand this.
Okay.
Right? I do not like to be with a woman where she is feeling like she has to do something for me. I want her to do something for me because she wants to do it.
Facts.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So what happens is this is what a lot of women will do. They'll get into a situation. So let's say they go with a guy who has a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, well, I want to keep this money flowing. I want to be with him because he has a lot of money. So I'm going to do what he says, but I'm only doing what he says because I want the money.
Mm-hmm.
So she's not doing what he says because she wants to do what he says. She's doing what he says because she wants the money.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens is, this is what I tell guys that they got to understand. You cannot control a woman, and everything a woman does is for her own benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you have a girlfriend or wife, your girlfriend or wife is only with you because it benefits her. As soon as it doesn't benefit her, she's out.
Yeah.
And so what you got to understand is when it benefits her, anything that's benefiting her should be in alignment with what you want to do.
Yes.
So if I like to, let's say I like to skydive, I like to go mountain climbing, right? I'm looking for a chick who also wants to skydive right next to me, right? But I'm not making her skydive. She just loves skydiving
Already,
also, right?
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so our stuff aligns in the situation. You see what I mean? Now, when it comes to sex, and this is what a lot of guys don't get, and I talked about this earlier on my show, right? You have to understand people look at sex differently. Right? Some people think it's like the super spiritual Kundalini bond energy thing, right? Some people have sex because it's casual, they're just having fun. Some people have sex because it's a thing that they feel is sacred in the marriage and all the other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, none of it is right or wrong. It's your perspective. Now, my perspective on sex is this. I've had more sex. I guarantee I've had more sex than anybody watching the show, maybe except for Fresh. Fresh had sex with a million women.
This nigga, bro. Listen, man, man of God. What you talking about, bro?
But I'm saying, I've had, right. So I've had more sex than most guys will ever have in their life, right?
Yeah.
So my perspective on sex is totally different than other guys. Now, what happens is that because I've had so much sex, the value of sex is down for me, meaning that I like to have sex, but the I don't put it on a pedestal.
Okay.
Most guys put sex on a pedestal because they're not getting it.
Mhm.
So when you don't get sex a lot, sex is on a pedestal. When you do get sex a lot, you're like, whatever. It's just another sex thing, right? So now, because I'm in a relationship with my woman and I like the benefits of having a woman in my life because I've orchestrated it that way, right? What happens is that if I want to have sex with more women, I need time to have sex with more women. If my woman is only up on me, that takes away time for me having sex with other women or doing other things that I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is a lot of guys don't understand is that in order for you to have the free time to do what you want to do and manage that situation, that woman can't be all up under you. So if a guy says, I want 3 or 4 girls to myself, that's cool, but you have to make sure you know that you have the energy to do that and know how to maintain it. Mm-hmm. So it can be done. I know friends who do that. I have guy friends that actually have a wife and they have like 3 other women and they all seeing that guy.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to be that guy. You can't just be any guy doing that.
Right.
Now, me personally,
that's a skill set.
Right. Me personally,
that's a full-time job.
Right.
Too.
I'm lazy. I don't want
Me too, bro. I'm lazy too, bro.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So understand this. I've been to swinger parties.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to orgies, all of this other shit. So now what you have to understand is, again, my perspective on sex is so different. So I'm not looking at sex like the average guy. The average guy's looking at it different. So to him, that sounds crazy. Locario, you okay with your wife being... Nigga, of course, because I'm fucking these other girls over here. I ain't got time. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like if you're in a house, and I don't want to compare women to children, but this is not
white women deserve less than right now, nigga. Go ahead. They definitely children.
So like, check this out. Let's say you inside the house, right? You cleaning up, and you have 3 kids. They're running around going crazy. Now you're trying to clean up the dishes and whatever, right? They're running around wild. So what you do is you turn on the TV and you say, y'all sit here and watch cartoons, right? The TV is occupying them so you can do your other shit.
Right.
Same concept. Occupy her so I can go do my thing, but I still get the benefits of being in a situation. And that's what guys don't understand is that I've created my own world in how I deal with women.
Right.
Okay.
Whereas, you see what I'm saying? So that's what I want guys to understand. So I want this to be clear. I'm not telling any guys to do what I do. All I'm showing you is I do what I do because I want to teach you how to do what you do. So I want you to be yourself. You see how it keeps going back to being yourself? You see what I'm saying?
Notice, right?
Okay.
All he does is what we tell every guy to do. Here's what you can do. Here's the options. You make your own choice. That's pretty much it.
That's it.
He made his own world, and it's respect, bro. It's respect.
Yeah. So I think that's very important for people to understand is that because a lot of people say, "Oh, you Myron, you." Right. This is one thing I guess that me and Locario might not agree on. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
What you guys are not catching here. He curated that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He wants it that way.
His choice.
He could probably go and tell his wife, you know what? You're closed now.
And Myron,
you're closed now. And
that's
she ain't gonna be like, damn, okay, yeah.
Myron, and to tell you the truth, that's the funny part. You know, there's women that I've been with who literally tell me, they say, Locario, like, I just want to be with you. These aren't even women I've been with for a long time. These are women that I've probably fucked twice.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, I just want to see you. And I say, listen, you can do what you want to do. I suggest you not, because I'm not going to be seeing you as much as you expect. Go do your thing. But what I'm saying is that, and this is why I said that she's saying that because that's what she wants. I'm not even telling her to do that.
Right.
But she wants to do it. So this is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. The woman has to want to do it. But check this out, though. Guess when she's going to want to do it? She's going to want to do it when you're the top guy. So all you average guys under here, y'all not having 3 or 4 girls just fucking with y'all, and I said it ain't going to happen. You have to be above average to make that happen, right? So to even have that option, you have to be above average. Because what happens is she has to say, I have to share this guy with other women and be cool with that without being with anybody else.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she'll do that if she sees value in you. And I used this example the other day where I said, if I gave you $3 and I said, Myron, you got to split this $3 evenly with 2 other people, you'd be like, fuck, I only get $1.
Yeah.
But if I said, Myron, here's $300 million, you got to split this $300 million evenly between 2 other people, you'd be like, well, fuck it, I get at least $100 million. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So when you're that $300 million guy, and I'm saying this metaphorically, she doesn't care about sharing you, and she will stay there and do what she wants to do if that's what she really sees it as, because she sees the value. But a lot of you guys are $3 guys trying to get women to stay with you, and you're a $3 guy.
Metaphorically. And I think, and this is the beauty here is that, see, okay, so though we might not agree on this one topic, right? Because a lot of you guys like to say, "Oh yeah, you guys try to drive the wedge."
Myron, let's battle.
Like we don't agree on this. But this is here's the thing. I understand because my thing is this: he wants that.
Right.
A lot of y'all are in a situation where you can't control it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the biggest thing.
Ultimatum.
He wants that, and that is, and it comes from him choosing it. What did I tell y'all just literally 20 minutes ago? We don't teach y'all this to actually go ahead and do it and learn it like, oh, this is awesome. No, we teach all this so you can choose when you want to do it, and that you're the one controlling what the fuck is going on.
Right.
I just watched The Godfather while I was coming back from Dubai. And if you guys look at The Godfather, the symbol is someone with the puppeteer, right? With the drawstrings here. I want y'all to be the fucking puppeteer.
Right.
Okay? Whether you're moving the left hand this way, left leg this way, this is what it is, or you have it still. Dancing or standing still, I want you guys to be the puppeteer. In Locario's life, he's the puppeteer, and he has the puppet dancing a certain way that you guys might not necessarily agree with, or even me for that matter. But the point I'm trying to say is that you need to be the puppeteer. How you decide to be a puppeteer is up to you.
It's up to you.
But you must be the puppeteer.
Yeah.
All right? And I think that's what a lot of you guys need to understand in the chat is that as long as you're the one controlling it, you're the one that is choosing it to be that way versus the girl choosing it to be that way, and you're just along for the ride because you have to tolerate it. I want y'all to be the ones to choose it. Exactly. I think that's the big difference here. We have the same foundation. We're just choosing to do different things from said foundation.
Exactly. Well, shout out to Mr. 1950.
Shout out to 1950.
And this is how adults have conversations. You don't have to agree on everything, but I can see why he does what he does.
And also, I want to say something too. Shout out to 1950. That's what I'll do right there. And this is the thing. And because I was getting this a lot where guys are like, oh, but how are you, Myron? You and Myron cool? You guys, there's certain things I disagree with. And I'm like, that's good. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. Whenever you're expecting everyone to agree, that's a form of control. And what happens is that actual disagreements or different perspectives is a thing that actually makes you grow. Because what happens is that you learn certain things that you probably wouldn't have thought of, like, oh shit, I never saw it that way or that angle. And you still don't even have to agree with it, but you see it from a different angle, and that actually expands your mind.
That's just what happened to me, because I see your perspective. Now I see, when you explained it, I see your perspective. You're the puppeteer. You're just choosing to do it for something different.
Right. And so that's the thing where a lot of people, what happens is that, and this is why it's hard for people to grow and extend their mind and then also extend their game.
Yeah.
Because they're looking to basically hear what they've already known or get confirmation from what they already know, instead of thinking about things or looking at things differently or hearing different information. And hearing different information, or essentially observing certain information that's different, or experiencing different things, that actually helps you grow and it tightens your game. For example, I give you a perfect example. When I first came into this studio, when you guys had this shit set up, and this is even before that, rewind, before that, I remember I hit up Myron. I still have this video. You sent me a video about how you set up your Rodecaster and all this other stuff, right? If you guys watch me and Miles, if you watch our videos from maybe 3 years ago, it looks different than how it looks now. The video's more crisp. We got better cameras. We're using a Rodecaster. Sound is greater. Who y'all think taught us that? These motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? Right. So this is what we're talking about, where you can learn game not only from hearing what people say, but you watch what people do. And you watch from men you respect, because you say, damn, I come in here, I'm like, yo, they got the lights in it. Okay, they got the camera on this way. They got this camera. How they making this work? I'm ear hustling. I'm writing stuff down, notes in my head. And that's how you learn game. You start to observe and say, man, how did he be able to do that? Matter of fact, I have a bunch of dudes who hit me up, and the reason why they're actually in better relationships with multiple women is because they were listening to me. They were actually having consultations with me, and I'm telling them exactly what I do to maintain my relationship with my wife and my girlfriend for all these years.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the point of game, is that you as a man, you have to be smart enough and aware enough to know how to pick up game from different situations and not be a fucking hater. And that's the thing. Most guys are haters. That's why they stay losing. Winners look at other winners and they pick up game from them. That's
could be somebody that you hate, that you don't even like, right? But his point of view could say, you know what, damn, if I add this to my life, it could change my life completely. So once again, I'm taking the information, I'm gonna like it from the person, but it makes sense towards my life.
I think something that's very underrated nowadays that a lot of young people don't have is this ability to exercise critical thinking and extracting information from something that is useful to you, taking that, applying it, and then getting their information that doesn't apply to you.
Right.
So for a lot of you guys, you might not necessarily agree with how Locario goes about his relationship with his two girls, but what you need to take away from it is that he's the one that's in control.
Exactly.
And that is the bottom fucking line on some Stone Cold level type shit. Because as long as you're in control, you're good. But a lot of you guys aren't in control. So that's why some of you guys might not be able to fathom this. Again, me and him might disagree about what we do when we're in control, but that doesn't change the fact that you still must be in control. And I think that's where the critical thinking comes in, so you can understand the perspective.
Right.
Okay. Very interesting. High IQ conversation here, guys. Do me a favor. We got 5,300 y'all in here. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, we got Mr. Locario Miles Cunningham in the description. Check out their channels as well. Let's get them to 100,000 subscribers, guys. Please.
Let's do it.
Kidney 22. Red pilled, Pacific days gone, baddies in my life now. Good stuff, my friend.
Good job, man.
That's what matters. Shout out to the squad and CEO Network. Okay.
Shout out to you, Frankie.
What is catcalling? Please explain. Basically say, hey, yo, bitch. Japan style.
In New York, that happens a lot, right? In New York,
hey, yo, B, holla at you.
All the time.
Hey, yo, B.
Hey, yo, B. Japan styles goes, Miles look like the Wish Jada kiss. What the fuck?
Yo, because D-Block. Yo, so before the show,
spin a verse.
Yo, spin a verse, bro. No. But before the show, right, I was like, Miles, back when we did our last podcast, right? Somebody was like, why is Miles always wearing glasses? He looks like Morpheus. Yeah. Or like, just is he blind? I'm like, no, that's his style, bro.
Yeah, it's my style, but it's real. These are prescription polarized glasses. So I even wear these shits while driving at night. Like I see more clearly with these glasses on, and they look better for the brand. Because I could be sitting here wearing some regular glasses, looking like Urkel or some shit, but it looks cooler like this.
Miles is really Cyclops, so when he takes them off, the beams come out.
Exactly.
Colorado Roughneck goes, gentlemen, I want to bring value, let everyone know the oil field is hiring and can't find enough people. Get out your comfort zone and make money. Bam,
Let's go, brothers. Good job, man.
Black Wolf Inc. $10. I say this every time I can, but Locario is a big reason my life changed over 7 years ago. Locario saved me from allowing my excuses to dictate my life. I'll always give you your props.
Yeah,
actually, matter of fact, hold on, stop the show. Because I was, sorry, you were gonna say something?
Oh no, I was saying appreciate.
Oh yeah. That comment actually coincides 100% with what I was going to ask you a second ago. Your shirt says game saves lives.
Right.
Now, at surface level, people might think, ha, 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 that's some kind of funny joke or whatever.
Right.
But can you go a little bit deeper as to why game saves lives? And you guys saw right now with a support shout out to you, Black Woman,
7 years ago,
exemplifying what he has on his shirt.
Exactly.
Right.
Can you tell us why?
And before you actually answer the question, tell them about the website.
Oh yeah, so you can get these shirts at thebadboystyle.com. You get this shirt and Women Love Sex.
Can we throw that link on the screen real quick?
Thebadboystyle.com. You can get a lot more. We got a lot of shirts on there that you guys can
get.
That's
hard though.
But yeah, game saves lives. This is very important. I'm glad you brought that up. Is that, you know, when you have a lot of like for example, a lot of people that you hear in the news, you hear, you know, a guy shoots his girlfriend because this happened, or, you know, woman cheated on him, so he killed the whole family, all that other stuff, right?
Yeah.
The reason why those type of things happen is because they have a lack of game, which means they have a lack of awareness of who they are and love for themselves. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is that when we say game saves lives, all we're essentially saying, because the game is about you, and that's what we try to tell people to get guys to understand, is that when you have game, you have love for yourself. Therefore, you don't do stupid shit.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is this, right? And a lot of people think, and I talk about this, I don't want to get too deep, but a lot of people think that attachment is love. What attachment is when you feel like you can't be happy without this thing you have. Meaning, I'm not going to be happy without my girlfriend. I'm not going to be happy without my dog. I'm not going to be happy without my money,
without a car, or whatever.
Whatever. And so you're so attached to it. So let's say you got a girlfriend, and you're like, I'm never going to be happy if she leaves me.
Stupid.
Right. So then she leaves you. Then you want to not only kill yourself, but you want to go out and kill everybody else.
I have nothing to live for.
Right. I want to delete everybody else.
Right,
you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so what happens is, if you actually had self-love, you say, man, you have a different perspective. You say, man, I feel kind of hurt that it's over, but I know that I can find another girl and everything will be cool. I understand that I was good before I even met her.
Right.
Before I met her, I was good.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people lose that and they forget that. And so therefore they end up ruining their lives. They end up doing nonsense, and then they end up being in situations that they don't want to be in because they didn't have any awareness and any love for themselves. And this goes all across the board, because there's a lot of times where you're ruining your life and you don't even realize it because your game is weak, meaning that you have a weak sense of self. And when you have a weak sense of self, you don't care about yourself.
Right.
When you don't care about yourself, you do stupid shit, not only to yourself, but to other people, because in order for you to love other people, you got to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to love other people. So therefore, if I say, well, fuck me, I suck, I'm ugly, I'm a sub 5 or whatever these black pill niggas say, right? then what's going to happen is like, it's over, bro. Then what's going to happen is that because you don't see love for yourself, you can't see love for another person because you are the other person. You see yourself in the other person. So if you say, damn, I don't love myself, fuck this other guy, and I'm mad that my girl left me, and I'm mad that I'm not making enough money, then I'm gonna go do dumb shit. That's what. That's really what it is.
And can I just give a practical thing? Because like Mr. Locario has something called the Bad Boy Membership, right? And on the Bad Boy Membership, we talk about the best dating practices, right? So we talk about how to vet chicks. We talk about how to move, right? We have a lot of guys that call us up, and they'll tell us about the relationship and so on and so forth. And they'll tell us things like, yeah, so I know this girl for about a week, and you know, she spent the night over my house, and then he goes on with the story. We're like, hey, wait. Wait, how long you know this girl? Oh yeah, a week. And she spent the night at wait, so you sleeping in front of strangers for 8 hours during the night?
Right.
It's little things like that we teach as far as game is concerned that will save your fucking life.
Yeah.
Right.
Like people go to bed and wake up without their kidneys. People go to bed and don't wake up.
Right.
You understand? Cardi B done told y'all she robbed niggas in they sleep. How many times?
Yeah.
You understand? Not to mention we have the, shout out to the passport bros, but you going out there without game.
Oh yeah.
You understand? You like they love to harvest organs, and you can get straight murdered or robbed. So game literally save lives. Because we tell dudes, you really shouldn't be spending the night with a chick until she has a title.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like until you feel like you really know her
very well,
to the point where you can literally be unconscious around her for 6 to 8 hours at a time. It's real shit.
Right.
Well said.
Something else also because when I saw that shirt, I was like, I wanted to talk about it because I think it's so important and it's kind of underrated. So let's go. It's Money Monday, so let's go to a little dream world so guys really understand this concept more.
Let's do it.
Right. So if you knew right now the stock market is going crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's all over the place. It's been down 20%, up 10%, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's been extremely volatile. Any guy that's a good investor understands I need to divorce my feelings from the stock market, okay? And understand that it's going to go up, it's going to go down, but I am the same. The best investors are indifferent to what the market does.
Consistency.
They just know I need to invest, be consistent, be diversified, put some money in stocks, put some money in crypto, put some money in real estate, put some money in precious metals, etc. Their feelings are divorced from their investments because they understand that each investment has its weaknesses and its strengths, and it's volatile and changes all the time.
Right.
Okay. I need you motherfuckers to apply that same mindset to women. Okay? Women are volatile, up and down, controlled by their emotions.
Facts.
So if you know that women are up and down and controlled by their emotions, you have no choice but to focus on yourself and love yourself first, so that you could be the best investor and know which girls to invest in and which girls not to invest in. However, what do most guys do? They treat it like fucking Google stock, put all their money into it. It comes down because of a crash, and then they lose their mind and jump off a balcony or decide to throw someone else off a balcony and then themselves. To shoot crazy at some other people. Okay? But if you were a smart investor and understood that the market's going to be volatile no matter what you do, and you need to divorce your feelings away from the stock market or the market in general, you wouldn't do stupid shit. That is why game saves lives, because game with a woman is the same as a savvy investor that invests money into crypto, real estate, etc., because they know the market goes up and down and they divorce their feelings. We need you guys to divorce your feelings and your attachment to women and understand you come first. You're the special one, not these fucking bitches, because you have to earn your value, unlike women. They don't. You do. And once you understand this, there's no way that you're going to hurt yourself after breaking up with a girl. There's no way you're going to go shoot up a school and do some stupid shit because of a girl. You're not going to do anything. You're just going to say, oh, you're not interested anymore? Fantastic.
Right.
And you walk away and go get another one. Why? Because you're a savvy investor and you have the skill set and the capital to go get another investment that's going to perform better. You know what magically happens? When you walk away and you find another investment that does better, that bitch comes running back. The stock goes up all of a sudden because you didn't give a fuck about the stock. That's why game saves lives, guys. You must focus on yourself, and the byproduct is your investments are naturally going to go up alongside it because you are indifferent to the outcome.
And I want to one point on that as well. So game gives you choice. So for example, we mentioned earlier, right? If you were with a girl, that was your choice. She was not good for you. She's spoiled for the streets. But you know what? Once again, we're in our emotions, whatever. She's hot. We take her seriously. However, once again, game gives you choice. So a game, if you know that she's not for you, why take her serious? So I would just say choice is very important when it comes to game.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. If you don't have game, then you actually don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So what happens is you're susceptible to whatever you're basically going to take what you can get.
Yeah,
exactly.
And so unfortunately, that's what a lot of guys do. A lot of guys take what they can get. A lot of average guys will just go along with whatever is going on in the situation. And then therefore they're mad at the end of the day because they're not really getting what they want. But the reason why they're really not getting what they want is because they don't have the skill or know how to do it. And that's the unfortunate part.
And I just wanted to point something out with Myron and talk a little bit more about understanding the balance in your identity, right? Like Myron, you know, you were in law enforcement before, but now you know you're doing this. But then you took your interest in law enforcement, and now you're doing that other podcast where you break down the cases. Yeah. And I have a lot of respect for that because it's like the example I was making before about the origami. Yeah. It's like you know you got something inside you that it's passionate and it's a big part of you. It's like, then you should do it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and because I'm sure a lot of dudes, well, why you want to do that? You already got the podcast with the girls and the Miami lifestyle and blah. What are you doing, Myron? Yeah. No, I really fucking like the cases.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of my time too. More than this, to be honest with you, all the research.
But it's truly who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? And that's what I mean when I say like, yo, it's a balance. And we have to do more than just one thing. And we have to understand that we are Renaissance men.
Right.
You understand? We gotta have everything on point.
Right.
You understand? Especially the things that make us get up out of bed, the things that make us passionate. And that passion, those are the things that's gonna attract the women that really, really fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? Because it could be it could be a chick that you bring in here, let's just say, as an example. And then she's just like, oh, I'm just here because my girlfriend dragged me here. You know, I don't really get with all these podcast niggas and blah, blah, blah. But then Myron starts saying, hey guys, make sure you check out my other show where I do the breakdown of the cases and da-da-da-da. And she might have an interest in law or criminal, whatever, this, that, and the third.
Yeah, true.
She's like, wow, he's not just a podcast guy. He's done law enforcement, and he actually does a podcast where he breaks shit down and so on and so forth. And that right there, beyond your looks, beyond this, beyond your status, she'll be like, he's different.
Right. Exactly.
And that difference makes me interested genuinely.
Yeah. Because
now she's going to sit there and have a conversation about something that you're passionate about and something that she's passionate about. So the connection is organic. You understand what I'm saying? At that point, she doesn't care as much about the money and the status and the this and the that. It's like, oh shit, we actually get along because we're two people who actually connect organically. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
And a lot of guys miss the opportunities to really explore and express their identity so they can bring those type of women into their lives and create real fucking connections.
You know, and that's a really good point you made. And I noticed this with guys that are very successful. So to all my successful guys out there that do well financially, etc. One thing about guys that are successful that make a lot of money is that they're not diversified in their personality.
Right.
And what I mean by that is they focus so much on work and making money that's all they've attached their entire life, which is there's nothing wrong with that. That's respectable.
Right.
But I need people to get out there, whether it's traveling, developing hobbies, developing different interests, becoming a diversified person, because just like I explained earlier with the diversified investor, right? Your ability to invest in different assets and still maintain your wealth because you're not stupid enough to put all your stock in one basket. You need to be diversified men and have different types of things that can make you interesting to a bigger and larger pool of women that you actually enjoy.
And I want to add this. Notice you said it's something that takes up a lot of your time.
Right.
But the key is that it's a real passion of yours and you love it. So you're willing to put in the time. You get what I'm saying? Whereas the other guys, they just want to be lazy and just put the time in one thing that's going to give them the beeline to pussy. Yeah. It'll give you the beeline to pussy, but it'll also put you in a room with a bunch of women that don't really fucking like you.
Exactly. That's a fact.
And I have a whole chapter in my book on how much women don't like men in general. Like, yo, I literally, in the book, Why Women Deserve Less, guys, I'm telling y'all, I have a whole chapter, okay, talking about what, like, the details as to X, Y, and Z, why women really don't like most men that much, and they only like a small percentage of men.
Right.
And the thing is that y'all can't cry and say, oh my God, this is so fucked up. You need to get into that small percentage of men that they do like. But the reality is, any guy that's good with women understands that most women don't like most men. And what do? Knowing this reality that most girls don't like most men, they don't waste their time with girls that don't fucking like them.
Exactly. That's a fact right there.
So last night, right, I was at dinner with some ladies, and it's funny because one of the girls there was on Hinge, and I was like, I'm curious, like on Hinge, how do you choose who to match with, right? She's like, oh, personality. I'm like, hold on a second. All you need is pictures in the bio. Right. What's personality? Right. She's like, oh yeah, you're right. It is looks. And then she said, you know what? I hate all men. Or I hate most men. I'm like, why would you say that? Oh, because most men are average. I'm like you said,
well, that's how they feel.
But see, that's exactly what I was talking about with the attraction hierarchy. The top guys, and then the women are here under the top guys. And this was under the women, average men. So if the average men is here and the women are here, that means the women are above the average men, which means they don't like you.
You see
so she'll get a match, right? You gotta be average. She may look good, but it's like, oh, another one, don't to the wayside. Right. They don't like most men.
So the analogy I tell guys is, imagine you got a bunch of mail every day from some dude trying to sell you a fucking course. Right. And it just goes to your junk mail all the time. Right. You at some point you get annoyed and irritated that they kept sending you junk mail because you don't want this offer. You're not interested. Right. You already have another course that does the same thing, if not better. That's how women view men. Right. They look at y'all as junk males. Okay, is what the fuck it comes down to. No pun intended. That's a bar right there. They look at y'all as junk males. So unless you're the shiny email that gives them some kind of offer that they can't refuse,
real value,
right? They're not going to open the email. Okay. So that's just how it is. Most girls don't like most men. So once guys understand this uncomfortable and painful truth, you will acclimate to it. Understand you can't be like other men, and you must level up not just your finances and your fitness, but also your game. This is something that a lot of guys don't understand, is that you must understand women and have your game on point as well. Because when you have the money and you have the looks, shit tests are going to come your way. She's going to try to assert dominance. Maybe she won't get. Maybe she'll get out the car and say, "No, nigga, I'm going to stand here," etc. You being able to go, "Oh, you're going to walk out even though I told you not to," and you being able to go, she gonna come chasing after the car and say, "I'm sorry," and apologize. And just the fact that you are willing to walk away shows your power. So this is why you got to have everything working in tandem together, guys.
All right, we got some more chats here.
More chats.
Another show right after this one.
And guys, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. Cam 2 times goes, I was raised in a household full of women. My mom, nieces and sisters and aunts. Y'all already know what that could do to a guy, but it was playing sports, my coaches and teammates that made the man out of me. Absolutely,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Malcolm Mecca Franklin goes, grateful for you kings, y'all saving men's lives. That's absolutely true, man. Yes, they're true as facts. Sure as facts. Salute to the Game Kings FNF. Absolutely, bro.
Game Kings.
Myron, should I do cardio while bulking up? Yeah, you can if you want. It depends. Amazing guest. Shout out to the Bad Boy membership. Yes, guys, go get in that Bad Boy membership. D. Alameda, what do you guys suggest when it comes to paying for repairs, painting, or buying new appliances for a rental property? Should I use my savings, line of credit, or credit? Any suggestions? I own 2 properties. Use a business credit card so you can write all that stuff off. I use an Amex Gold personally. That's tied to my real estate business. Chief Keep goes, money, muscle, game, frame, a minimum 80% in 3, then one of them being 90%. That's cool. Yeah, you got to be competent in all areas. Sammy Sanchez, fellow Hello Fresh and Fit, and the guys on the panel. What are all the boxes that men need to tick? You guys are changing lives. Thank you. I'll turn it to our guest for that one.
Well, this is the thing, like I was saying earlier, the boxes you need to tick is you need to be sexually attractive, and you need to be able to be the type of guy that protect and provide. So if you take all of those things, you're the perfect motherfucker for these women, right? So, but also too, what happens is that not only do you have to be that though, right? You still have to be authentically yourself 100%, because check this out. She's going to find another guy who's sexually attractive and who can protect and provide. Then there's another guy who's sexually attractive and can protect and provide. So again, the difference is, who are you? I always use the McDonald's example. There's a lot of places that sell burgers, but only one place sells the Big Mac. You got to be the Big Mac. That's what
I like that. As far as you have to tick all the boxes. All the boxes. And why I say that,
you have a choice.
Why I say that is, and what I mean by that is you have to be able to cook, you have to be able to clean, you have to be able to budget, you have to be able to self-care, self-care, hygiene, grooming, swag, looks, wardrobe, coordination in swag and clothing,
mouthpiece,
and then your identity. You understand? Your mouthpiece, the way your self-expression, your identity, your masculinity. And the reason why I started out by saying cooking and cleaning and so on and so forth, because that's what a lot of guys look for from women.
Bam.
But here's the thing with checking all the boxes and having a program. A woman is going to come in cleaning the way her mother told her to clean.
Right.
Bitch, I need you to clean how I tell you to clean.
Facts.
Now I can't tell you how to clean, bitch. I can't tell you how to clean unless I know how to do it.
Bitch, I need it one more time, Miles. Come on, man.
Bitch, I need you to clean how I tell you to clean. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember one time I was dating this girl. She had the in-unit laundry.
Yeah.
So I used to bring my clothes over to her house.
Mm.
And I saw her folding my socks one time. I said, no. That's not how you fold my socks. Because she was rolling it all in and stretching out the part that goes around your ankle.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I'm like, no, you peel it back and lay it flat. That's how you fold my socks. Now, if I didn't know how to fold socks, I wouldn't be able to tell her that.
Right.
And as well, what you do is you show her leadership. You show her that you're different. Because another thing I'll say too is that a lot of guys think that women come pre-made.
Yeah.
You understand? We had a guy on our show the other day. He was like, yo, I've dated good girls before. I said, you what? I said, there's no such thing as a good girl.
Right.
Like, there are good women who are productive members of society in general.
Of course.
But for a woman to be a good woman to you, she has to have gone through your program and passed with flying colors.
Right.
Then she becomes a good woman to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of guys are, oh, good girl. Good. There's no such thing as a good girl until she's following your lead. Now, if you don't know how to do all those things, then you're just going to have a girl that, like you said, they're just going to assert dominance and do whatever they think is right for you. And then you're just going to be living like one of these suckers, like, stupid. Okay, all right, dear, whatever.
Exactly. Sleeping on the couch and shit.
I won't do this.
You know, you said something really profound there, and you let it off with what the woman provides, cooking and cleaning and being able to do it on your own. And some of the guys in the chat might not understand or be able to fathom that. So let me break this down for y'all one more time why that's so important. Because just like with women, I got to give them the male analogy. I'm going to give the guys the female analogy here. You guys want to know why girls are so insufferable and conceited and cocky? Because for the first time in history, women are able to earn their own money, basically get their own protection and provisioning thanks to the state through police, welfare state, whatever it may be. They have all these things where they were effectively able to replace a man. So since they no longer need a man, they only want a man. And since they only want a man, they're going to want the best man that they can get. Let me ask y'all a question. How would you behave if you had a bad bitch by your side at all times, ready to cook and clean and suck your dick on command? Whoa. If you had a bad bitch by your side at all times, you wouldn't tolerate fuckery from women, would you? No, you wouldn't accept a girl flaking on a date. You wouldn't accept a girl telling you, I'm not going to do X, Y, Z. You would look her dead in the eye and say, get the fuck out of here, bitch, and turn into Leonidas. My place, bitch, bam, and you kick her out. You would move a lot differently. That abundance mindset I just described to y'all in that dream world where you got that bad bitch by your side at all times, rain, hail, or shine, is how women feel about their careers and their money and why they don't tolerate certain men, because they make their own money. So why the fuck do they need you? So you need to come in, right? Made, ready to go, where you can replace her. It's amazing how when a man dates like a woman, he instantly becomes attractive. But men, for some odd reason, think, I'm going to date like it's 1950 and I'm going to go ahead and hope the girl wants me. They don't want you anymore. They don't need you anymore. They only want the top guys. So you need to be able to replace everything she brings to the table, so you exercise that same indifference that they have to you.
Exactly.
Girls have an abundance mindset naturally. You must earn your abundance mindset as a man. And what Miles just described, with being able to cook and clean and do all his own shit, sets him head and shoulders above men that need women. Now he's in the same position as girls where he just wants a girl. He don't need a bitch. A lot of y'all niggas are like, Usher, I need a girl to ride. I need a girl in my life. Stop being fucking faggots, man. You don't need a girl. Y'all want you guys to only want a girl just like they only want a man. When you have that abundance mindset, you move different.
That's some real shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn.
say this too. It's also an exercise in setting standards.
Right.
You understand? Because when a bitch come to your house and then she see how your place is set up, it's clean, in order. No, there's no dust anywhere. You got incense burning, you got candles, it smells good, and the bed is made, everything smells fresh, and it's, oh my God. Like she walks into your walk-in shower and you can actually see through the glass. The bitch walks into the glass because it's so clean.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then you go to her house.
Oh yeah.
You go to her fucking house.
It's chaos.
And she got to move shit off the couch to give you a seat. She already knows that she needs to step her game up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the type of standard that you want to be able to set, because you don't ever want a bitch feeling like you need her like that. Ever.
And see, and that's the reason why most guys have issues in their relationships is because they don't actually have a program. They don't, because this is the thing, like you were saying, the guy's like, I find good girls. You have to teach a woman how to be a good girl to you.
Yeah.
Because just like if you look at yourself like a company, if somebody comes to your company, you have to train them on how to work in your company.
Facts.
Same thing for a relationship. You have to basically teach a woman how to be a good girlfriend or a good woman to you in your relationship. And the problem is most guys don't do that because they expect women to come ready-made. So they're going out looking for good girls. And this is how they get played. A woman knows how to play the role of a good girl to a guy who's ignorant. When you're ignorant, right, you're not going to know what the hell's going on. So she's going to play the role that you think is the woman.
She's playing a part.
Right. She's playing a part. And then this is how you get played, because now you start to invest in her and then you start falling in love. And I don't, mention me falling in love like that. Right. So you end up falling in love with this chick, but she was basically playing this game the whole time. Then when she drops you, because she never was into you anyway, when she drops you, you feel in some type of way. But that was all your fault for not having enough game to understand that you have to be the leader in the situation and orchestrate the stuff the way you want it to be. That's how it's supposed to be.
Man, clip that whole segment, bro. Hey, man, you guys are getting a fucking masterclass right now in, identity and figuring out who the hell you are as a man and understanding the importance of this.
Right. Got choice to make, man.
So this is why I love having these guys on the show. It makes me think really hard as well. Okay, do you think Abu Dhabi will become the new Dubai for real estate? Abu Dhabi doesn't have investment visa, but what other than that, I don't know enough about the real estate market in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, guys. Shout out to Locario Miles. I watch y'all religiously. Tell us what your thoughts on the Passport Bros movement. You know what? Go ahead. I'll let y'all.
If you watch us religiously, nigga, you should know what it is, bro. Like,
y'all want to give it a quick, because I'll let y'all say, because I think we actually do agree on the Passport Bros movement pretty much. Y'all give your thoughts on it, and I'll say I got like one sentence on it.
Yeah. I say this, man. I've been hard on these guys. Pause. But this is the thing. I say it like this, right? If you understand that you're being a trick and you accept that, I respect it, because this is what you're doing. You're not going, guys, this is what they're doing. They're going over there pretending that they're looking for wives, or they're trying to, that women over there are easier to get because of this. And yeah, there are women over there that's going to play around with you because you have money and you're the American. So you're the top guy with the money at this point, but they don't really respect you. So I always tell guys, listen, if you're okay with understanding your position over there as a trick, then cool. The part that I don't like is when Passport Bros are acting like they got game. Now, when you start acting like you got game, then I feel like you're insulting the fucking game. You understand? Acting like that you're a player. You're not a player. You understand? These women aren't with you because you're sexually attractive to them. They're not dealing with you because you're a cool guy.
You're a ticket.
You're right. You're just some guy over there who's the American that's coming through that she can benefit from because of your resources.
Right.
And what I'm saying is, if that's the case, be that. This is why I keep trying to tell guys, stop trying to pretend like you're something you're not.
That's it.
That's my issue with it.
Right.
You understand? You're not a player, but go ahead.
I'll just say this real quick. A man should never do something he feels he has to.
Right.
He should do something only because he wants to. So if you're going overseas because it's that bad,
right,
and you feel like you have to, then that means there's something wrong at home.
Right.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I love travel. I've been to Brazil. It's beautiful over there. The bitches are bad as shit.
Yeah.
Real shit. And they're cool too. They're cool to talk to, all that stuff. But the bottom line is, I'm glad that I feel proud that wherever I go in this world, you understand what I'm saying? As long as I can speak the language or get through with the language barrier or whatever, I can talk to a woman and find women that are attracted to me wherever I'm at in the world. And I think that's the most important part. That's the most important part. It's not, I don't hate on these guys. I just wish for them to be able to be a man and do what they want to do in life, not what they feel they have to do. That's all.
Yeah. Right. I have a two-pronged answer with this one because you brought up a good point, guys, that I didn't think about. And I agree with you, Miles, 100%. If you want to be a passport bro, that's fine. Yeah. I understand because what's the root cause of this? Yes, women in the United States, a lot of the times, there's a lot of fuckery, and a lot of them are useless because a lot of them haven't had to be useful, which is why we said you need to come in and teach them how to act. Now, if you don't want to necessarily do that to a certain degree, or you just don't like American women or whatever, I understand. We all know, right, on this side of the internet that there is a fucking problem. Yeah, there is a problem, right? Yeah. We understand this. Now, how you respond to the problem is up to you. Exactly. Okay. Some guys pick up their passport and say, "Fuck this shit, I'm leaving." You know what? You want to take your passport and leave? That's cool. But my biggest thing is I want it to be you chose to fucking leave. You weren't sent to leave. Exactly. That's my biggest thing. That's it. You choose to leave. Number two, a lot of guys from the passport community want validation for many women in the United States to feel like, oh my God, all the guys are leaving us, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell y'all niggas something, bro. 99% of men, okay, especially if it's the bad bitches that y'all want, are invisible to women anyway. Right. They don't give a fuck that you guys left. They don't even know. Preach. I've asked this question on the podcast several times. Mostly all the girls. I think there was only one chick that knew what this movement was, and it was because she watched YouTube. You know what all these girls say? Passport who? Passport what? Passport who? What? Who left America? Bro, these bitches don't give a shit that y'all niggas are leaving to Colombia, Brazil, etc. So don't expect validation from them. You leave because you want to leave and you weren't sent to leave. That's my only thing. I have no issue. We understand there's a bunch of fuckery in the West and that you probably might find a better girl somewhere else. Cool. It is what it is. Right. If that's what it is, that's what you want to do. Make sure it's what you want to do, not what you have to do. Facts. Girls don't care. Get that through your head. The women don't care, man. I promise y'all they don't give a fuck that you're leaving at all. Go ahead, please.
I'll add this. If everything was all good with these gentlemen, like seriously, if everything was all good, there would be no passport bro movement. Right. You understand? Because the fact is, men have been going to these countries and having sexual vacations for centuries. For years, yeah. For years. Because I remember, like, guys used to, and the thing is, it's not that guys had trouble getting women here. Right. It's just that I'm gonna go get an exotic. You remember when women used to be called exotic? Yeah, yeah. That's all guys was going over there for. Yeah. A Brazilian woman is exotic.
A fun time.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Right. In Colombia, Brazil.
And dudes used to be on the hush about it, bro.
Right. And you want to hear a secret? So it's funny, right? Back in the day, Colombia was like a hidden gem, right? Niggas would fly out to Colombia, get lit, have a good time. Nowadays, it's like, niggas are, yeah, bro, I'm going to Colombia. Bro, the chick you're going to meet, been smashed 20 times, bro, 100 times. Right. You're the 100th nigga on the list. So like, oh yeah, this is my girl. Niggas like, what? Last week.
And then they got the nerve to talk about me. That's the funny thing.
And it's like, bro, I got game, bro. I bagged her. Nigga, you with 10, 20 other niggas. So it's like, bro, the game is to be sold out, to be told. It's already been told out there. It's passport bros. You're just another number, bro. However, I will say this. If it's your choice, congrats to you. Good job on you. Right. But to say you have game, bro, don't say that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And also, too, the thing is, understand that the game is always about balance, meaning that if you're a passport bro, you're the same as a guy in America who has a lot of money who basically just deals with escorts. You understand? So what you're doing is you're doing the same thing as a man here who's paying $800 an hour for an escort, but you're doing it cheaper over there. You're paying $60. You feel what I'm saying? So you're this, it's the same thing. So what happens is when I hear guys talking about, well, I'm going over there to find a wife and these women over here, whatever, you're still the same guy who don't know how to deal with women. So how the fuck are you going to have a wife? Yeah. How are you going to maintain a relationship? Exactly. How are you going to be consistent in a relationship, dealing with a woman to be attractive consistently to a woman that wants to be with you long term when you can't do that where you're at? That doesn't make any sense because wherever you go, there you are. You're still that guy. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? You're
no inner game.
Right. Your skills and everything don't magically appear because you go overseas. You're still a guy who has no game overseas. So what the hell is the difference?
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Good point. All right, we got some more chats and then another show right after this.
Where we at here? Skullmask TV. You got to be a jack of all trades when dealing with women. Absolutely. Work on yourself. Have confidence and charm to secure the chick. Love y'all, man. Keep up the work. Yes, bro. Life. Shout out to Locario Miles. Absolutely. Luis Brito goes. Hey guys, sorry for derailing the convo. Could you guys make an episode clarifying the allegations that Tate was recruiting underage women? I'm getting tired of the slanders, but we stand with the Tates. Strongly free them. We all know that's a lie, bro. They're gonna say anything at this point. I choose money over women because I feel the money would provide me the extra confidence I need to interact with women. Is there a smarter way? Is this the smarter way to do it?
Nope. It's not.
Guys, I've always said it, man. Your competence leads to accomplishments, which then creates confidence. Okay. That competence, right, and those accomplishments don't necessarily always have to be financial. It can be you overcoming a fear. It could be you going to the gym and building up your body. It could be you going up and finally approaching that girl that you thought was attractive and you were scared of all this time, and you know maybe you were able to score the date. There's different ways to achieve accomplishment, but you need to have accomplishments in your life to create that fortitude of confidence.
And Myron, exactly what you're saying is that it's really you reaffirming something to yourself.
Yeah.
So even if you use money to get confidence, don't use money to say, I have paper in my hand, I have a credit card, I have a bank account, now I'm confident. Don't do that. What you do is you say, I worked hard to get this money. You understand what I'm saying? So the fact that I'm hardworking, I can be confident within myself to say that I can work hard to do anything and get where I need to go. That's the lesson, not the money. You see what I'm saying? Right. Because if you're looking at it as the money, you miss the lesson.
Exactly. The journey, not the destination.
And here, you know what? Let me double down on that point. You know how many crypto millionaires spawned out of nowhere in the past 2 to 3 years? 20 years old, 19 years old, 18 years old, whatever. Those guys are still getting circles ran around them by women. Y'all want to know why? Because they didn't go through the trauma and the suffering it takes to make that money in a traditional sense. It used to be when you were a millionaire, you automatically had networking skills, you had diligence, you had discipline, you had certain character traits that made it where you became that millionaire and there was no other way to get it. But nowadays, you know, and I'm not knocking guys that became crypto millionaires young. I'm not knocking that, but I'm just using it as an example is they basically bought at the right time, sold at the right time, became millionaires, but they never learned these skill sets that traditional millionaires had to learn to become successful.
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Making the money isn't good enough. You need to make the money through pain, sweat, and tears.
Right.
Okay. That way, you're not going to fear what the fuck comes with the women because you've already been through worse.
Right.
Okay. It's character building.
Exactly.
I've said it before to y'all. Girls are attracted to money, but what they're really attracted to is the traits it takes to make a lot of money.
Exactly.
The person that you have to become to make that money.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, Mr. 1950 says.
Mr. 1950, what up? Shout out. That's my dude.
That's your
the
guy.
last traditional man.
Real game, no theory. What's poppin'?
Respect to my bro, Locario Miles, Silverback Lifestyles in the building. All right, shout out to you.
Cool.
Pump Dad goes, most of y'all was so busy typing L's in the chat instead of listening to Locario explain in full how his relationship works. Just like the women on these podcasts ready to respond without hearing the context
That's
first.
a fact.
Learn. Yeah, guys. It's actually a very feminine trait to listen to something versus not understand. Well, excuse me. You need to be able to listen to something versus just hearing something.
Right.
Because when you're listening, you're focused on trying to understand.
Yeah.
Right. But a lot of girls come on this podcast and they just hear you and just respond like retards.
They listen to respond, honestly.
But if you're higher IQ, you were able to extrapolate from what he said. You still need to be in control.
I don't like it, but I understand it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The root here, the bottom line on some Stone Cold shit, like I said before for y'all, is he's in control. He's the Godfather. He is the Corleone
Puppeteer.
here
Right.
with the puppeteer thing for the Godfather
And
symbol.
that's understanding game. This is what we try to tell y'all. Like y'all have to look at the lessons and take it for yourself. Do you see what I'm saying? You have to take the jewels and make it work for you. That's how you level up in life. And the thing is that a lot of these guys, unfortunately, when it goes past your head, what happens is you continue to make the same mistakes, you continue to do the same things, and you continue to be in the same place.
Right.
And that's because what happens is that you're not actually taking the lesson because you're so caught up on the parts of it that you see or think is negative. And then what happens is, this is the thing. The reason why you look at that way is because you have negativity in you. So shout out, there was a philosopher named Wayne Dyer, right? He had this example. He said, if you take an orange and you squeeze it, right? The only thing that's going to come out the orange is orange juice because that's the only thing that's inside of the orange. right? So what happens is if I squeeze you, what comes out of you? Is it anger? Is it fear? Is it frustration? You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that cause you to say certain things and do certain things that you're not even conscious that you're saying and doing. So what happens is that when you're, engaging in loser talk or hating on another man or feeling some type of way, or you're purposely trying to miss the lesson because you're trying to insult somebody, that's because you have hate inside you. That's manifesting in how you're typing and how you're thinking and how you're doing.
Right.
And that's why you're having issues with women. That's why you have issues with making money. That's why you have issues in your life, because you have a lot of hate inside you. That's
I think the other thing too to understand from this, from what Locario said as well, guys, if you take your mom, a culinary chef, a serial killer, and a knife acrobat, all of them are using a knife to accomplish the goal, correct? Whether one is trying to, make you some great food while the other one is trying to slice you up, they're still using the same tool.
Right.
My thing is, I want y'all to have that tool and decide how you want to use it, namely the knife. But a lot of y'all are using fucking butter knives. We're telling you guys, have the knife and control it the way that you want.
Facts.
Instincts. I see Fresh's speech getting better. Good looks, my man.
Oh,
all right. Boss Anton, King Antoine. Factual information, Myron. Women are just like the stock market. Focus on self. What's good, Fresh? I've been watching you boys for a while now. Dallas, Texas in the building. Shout out to Dallas, man. Gerard Guerra goes $20. I appreciate that,
Thank
my friend.
Bro.
Guys, like the video. Subscribe to the channel.
Locario, where can they find y'all, man?
Okay, so hey guys, check me out at the Masculine Identity Membership.com. That's the Masculine Identity Membership.com, or you can check me out on Instagram right there on at Miles in the Game on Instagram. Everything for me is in the link tree. I got 60-second coaching sessions. I got the Masculine Identity Membership. I got tickets to the event in April, the Game Kings 2 seminar, Definition of a Man, April 2nd, NYC, and yeah, man. What's up, Locario?
Yeah, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com. When you go to badboymembership.com, that's where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. So it's step-by-step stuff. You just listen to it, take the information, and do what I'm saying. That's going to help you actually go and get these women and make shit pop. Also go to mrlocario.com. That's the main site where you can get my books, programs, and stuff like that. And also go to the Bad Boy Style so you can get these shirts, you feel what I'm saying, and much more other shirts. And also hit me up on Instagram. It's at Real Mr. Locario. So that's at Real Mr. Locario. That's the Instagram that you can hit me up and find me there. You feel what I'm saying?
Man, guys, they're OGs in the game. They've been in it for a minute, man. Go check them out. We've known them for a while, man. All their links are below. And yeah, guys, I'll give you all the last word, man.
I just want to say that as much as we love to get on bitches for having OnlyFans, I think at this point on the internet and social media, we're all OnlyFans. Every last one of us. It's just that bitches OnlyFans their bodies and men OnlyFans their minds and ideas.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
I mean, that's kind of a stretch. I get what you're saying, bro. Okay. You get what I'm saying? A little bit. Just a little bit.
This nigga fresh ain't happy. He's like,
I ain't doing that shit, bro.
Only thoughts.
Yeah, only thoughts.
All right. Go check them out, man. He's Mr. Locario. He is Miles Cunningham. The links are below, guys. Go check them out. They'll be here for after hours with some bitches as well. It's going to be a good time, man.
Yes, sir.
So we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Perfect.
All right. Peace.
Peace.